ɛwɔ NIT 100.9. The Torchlight Jumedie Ewo Nix 100.9.
And then you bring Yamagana for you na aqua at the Banit 100.9. Hey, I had a sembebre Obewa better on Hosa and then you moment to say, Mitty hey, baby, I'm a cocky capa and some media baby drew her, baby, Jumani Yasam Ketwa. Now, so you turn me name when we do baby, I'm in full moto because be the traffic, ye, me be ye leto. Hey, kakra ye be die awerade mema ye bre nye kwada na ye mu bia yase ye nya kwadwofo ne de awrade wa ma ye nya sika se potwo a ye bedi ho yawo because ye bro ye be wo bre ye ho sa wo pon morning show na nam ha na we se me pe we ato we se me we and tell direct me ha afero akwa piem wono na manyinam wakọ nam kwa ben na fe watutoma afe na waba esa wosamba be ya adwuma ne nyina ya kakra ye bedi o kakra ye bedi nti ye de nyame ase se wabo ye ho ban me ne umienu yakọ enwuma so ya makodu fi asumdwe mo ye no so de ye pon a na mabo empa ya ma ne nyame akrakra na de akodu asumdwe mo meden de Magyerio OSEI AGYEMAN dwuma de ye fe ne Torchlight ye wo need 100.9 ye ba bedi o man ne mo nkomo amanyo sem say wodim sem pp o ma bia tum obi eni abre o positions no e chese wa won hye wo de ase de na chese se wara obi eni abre enam se party na yen hyehye wo mo de guidelines e de ato ho obi a wo pese wugina position bia ho adam pan a ebre ni duru a ese wugina ma ne yie no party na bia mi ta ma fogu so obi a yen hyehye na mu nsem etesen ene mini abakon amihu na chere yie ba be bonkomo na obeka ya Ghana mampanyin ekokoshia stakeholders presidential dialogue with stakeholders in the private sector o mampanyin shia wo mo abiebie nnwuma wo ye manyimo ena onu wo mo di nkomo kire mo sade amamu ne ko economy ne wo mo contribution wo ma bie nnwuma wo ye manyimo wo contribution a wo betimi de aboa ama o menye timi akonkan na ene many the business people ni bi eba bidin komo say engagement no mampanyi no wo ye no ene sen na ye benya ho results o mampanyi assign 24-hour economy authority act enti 24-hour economy no ete say hyase na eye adwuma act ni bi ho a any airline esu yetimi de ye adwuma ma ne yegie eti ye be beside the business people na ne ombeba and say so far the 24-hour economy authority act na ye mampanyi assign no impact ben de betimi de ama Ghana economy impact ben e de betimi de ama Ghana economy na kwan ben so no mo pese the operationalization of 24-hour economy act no e betima ye more effective eti ene ye the business people e bedin komo eti ene me special guest awabaha Alhaji Mwazu Punata Isa na ne din no say bebo ni ye say Isa ne na eba wo Isaka yes say Isaka na ebedi kan ya ba wo na in fact Alhaji menyoko pa o binua pa Alhaji Mwazu Isaka Punata Alhaji ade be microphone na be be go there
ya da nyame asimi
tale fa say man fa microphone so ye man na Ramadan so eno ma ekosen
alhamdulillah
third day ana
ne you about 7th day.
Hey, 7th day.
Yes.
Okay, yeah. Sir, mo shall last week, you know.
17th. 18th.
Yeah.
Ebi mu 17th. Ebi mu 18th.
It's be 7th day mo ani. Na eno me ko sen.
Oh, ya da nyame asimi no. Bibi ya fine.
Fine.
Yes,
Edina ko pass.
Alhamdulillah.
Alhaji Punata. Na MPP mo te say.
Ya da nyame asim. Em say the edikan my main opportunity na menchia ye tiefo, especially your party members. Say some weeks ago, you call your presidential promise. Your presidential promise you call no. Na Ghana ha obia dwen ye say oh wan hwa MPP for the entakobesi MPP for the problem baba. Nyame ya dom ama inshallah MPP yekoto abai ye presidential candidate His Excellency Alhaji Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia. There is no even single polling station obati say ebia nipa mienu bi edi like omo edidi obi atem anan takobi ana bibi esi ewo ho. There is no anything like that. Nti we ekire say there is victory ahead. Inshallah. Sanyami Adom Alhaji Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia coming 2028. Yaba swearing in as president January 2029.
Sir.
Inshallah.
Oh, sir, go for more. Friends for all the
United Zongo for Bawumia.
United Zongo for Bawumia. Na impact in it to say United Zongo for Bawumia. Oda go back say yeah, but from when you about the man to me make impact be our ground so. And net say.
Me know me that say. United Zongo for Bawumia.
Yeah.
Yeah, for me no 2008.
Okay.
At the time I Alhaji Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia first time.
Hey, and then I'm for me
as first time as the running mate.
Sir.
And that was the first grouper for me to support Alhaji Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia.
Sir.
United Zongo for Bawumia is the first group. Ubiso Bia within the party.
Say Alhaji Kunata, when now we are convener.
Yes, me founder. The president of United Zongo for Bawumia.
Hey.
Since from 2008. Alhaji Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia. The next day, press conference. United Zongo for Bawumia. The supporting. In fact, from that time, difference I bemu. From 2008, so here Zongo communities votes now. No difference by. Though Yantima and Winnie power. 2012, there's massive difference. 2016, from the Zongo community, Yenyebi, Nanso na and appreciate it. But at the time, you bump inside with the group United Zongo for Bawumia. The way I hear Jumano as United Zongo for Bawumia. Every member of United Zongo for constituency owo bia no odo ho ana oba introduce ho amma the constituency executive, especially the Nasara coordinator.
Okay, I was high level no.
Yes, especially the constituency Nasara coordinator and now the regional Nasara coordinator. That was the way Juma with United Zongo for Bawumia. Nti emma baby a yebako bia no on say as United Zongo for Bawumia acquire voluntary group. Nti emma access a yet movie more than the other executives are on for the party. Because they no a group a voluntary yankasa and ejitum and I see Juma we there yebeye amaya party. Ye pese party no enwa power and I pese party no embra power. Nti ye voluntary yankasa ye pie.
Okay.
Na ye kwa yejuma. Not like the other side with the party executive. They have to use the structure to move. But we go to inform them. We have come voluntary. We want to work within the constituency. And I say within the region. Until Yabano party no HRS constituency Nasara coordinator no. One the leader when it come to Zongo politics in MPP. Until even say voluntary
volunteer.
The party within the constituency.
That's right.
First thing is to see the constituency executive. Second thing is to introduce yourself to the constituency Nasara coordinator. And to introduce Omano. So what time? One number more guidelines no. One number more guidelines say mobet mako mobet mafa Until so no one kasa what time obe lead him. Obe lead team na omobaye no.
Okay.
Ebi muso sometimes obet mako do at that time na party so amana juma bi. Until obet mamo guidelines abebia mobafa anasa na mobe ye juma no so eyi obi. Ebia ne deputy ana obi from the constituency no ma edimuchi no ma lead mu na moko akoye into with that movement na United Zongo for Bomeye no in fact yanya impact very big one minu asa o hwe though in politics there are some times our party na some small mistakes eba with the small mistakes no. From the time yawo opposition, the number of voluntary groups omuye juma edima party no. Yeba power no. Ebimo aba from kakra.
One more die.
Ebimo aba from kakra.
Including yourself. Now
others so ebaye. With United Zongo for Baumia no, ya relaxesa. But the issue is the structures be wa to me yes so many movements to say when you are in opposition.
Okay.
With that, no, I think Ninjina Kaho ye contested for a position. Yes.
It is over contested.
Inshallah.
Hey.
Inshallah. Sanyami Yadum
Muazu Kunata.
Onim say
Alhaji Muazu Isaka Kunata.
Magere.
Over contested.
So I say last 4 years. Oh, you're one of the campaigners I'm supporting me for National Nasara coordinator position. Yes. Nyami Yadum Mbasako.
Obesako.
Nyami Adum
Nasara. They say there's someone you're coordinator.
Yeah, Nasara organizer.
Nasara organizer.
Yes.
They say are you big?
Are you big?
Obeko.
There is a promotion in the position. Yebeko. One, Magjerry.
Any MPP from Mutie. Alhaji Muazu Isaka. Hey.
Magjerry.
Kunata no ground anyway. Kunata na no boy with the power.
Onim.
Yes.
At this time. Our party in position or opposition no. This is the time I be SAM in contest for positions. Na ye Jumamba party.
Amuye Jumamba party.
Yes.
E na man who bit my Jumamba party. How?
Yes. The actually bit my Jumamba party no.
Yeah.
Ewo e nema bebre.
Okay.
One, me obi am aye bida. Voluntary. On say at the time yeba power from 2016 at that time no. 2016 no yeba power ye conference e wo Koforidua. From that conference no ye national executives. In fact Nanabi as the youth organizer at that time one mami appointment as the national youth operations director e wo youth wing. In fact with that position ye the boa party no with that position ye the boa party no ayedwuma. Aside that, say me yejuma as under the National Youth Wing, under the National Youth Organizer. No. Still, na me kuta United Zongo for Bomia with me members yejuma ye movie.
And I'm yejuma the boa party no.
Yes. Now this time I yawo opposition no. This is the time. SAMPA na yenya positions ye debate ma ayejuma e boa party no ye. Oh, meaning say nipa bebre e baba. Say omu baba contest positions within the party. But in fact,
and then make us say
there is some
medical intention. So more call the same position.
No problem.
Okay.
You see, and na make no. Oh, there is a time as a party ewo opposition. Nipa bimo ewo wa uyi omu as a leaders. So omu lead the party no in any level.
Okay.
Etimi ebo party no. One, so in opposition, you hear obia what the background the person can be supportive.
And everyone say opposition
to the party.
Resource mobilization, no.
Exactly what I'm going to say. And no,
network,
me eka econo. In opposition, so obey juma ebo party, and as open opposition be obetuma ebo party. Then you should be somebody resource obetuma the abo party no. So we need resource. Now ukwa position be from the party. Now odibe juma, and now oji position na wie. Edu time obey juma no. That is the time I relax it. Now we say party and more resource and sana obey juma. At that time, it's going to be difficult. Very difficult. So this is the timer. Ye here omo baba say omo pe position bia no. Omo ye nipa ye nim say omo background. There is something if omo timi nya position no. Omo betima aboa party. But so be any resource no so baba contest position. It's going to be difficult. And then secondly, your leaders ni bi edu time I say yekoyi executive and our leaders a omo be lead party no obo won say no ebi mu eti baby no omo pese omo control delegates baby omo say omo kwato aba na eko omo control delegates yeah monto aba na mawe ana mon support we ni nyina emboa party no ema party ne problem nipa na o control say kwato aba no ema obi no kai say sa nipa na ewe ni a we are accountable to the nipa na wo control say kwato aba no man no wa wo ye executive wo to aba no ema no wo mboa wo feel because oyo obi na control say kwato aba man no ansa na wo to aba no man no but se nipa na nkasa eba wo ho no otumi confuse otumi convince wanu akasa na wahu say nipa we de obetima aye dwuma no na wankasa ato abama no eba boa dan say obi mom be fa ne phone na wa control say oya akwato abama we ana ya akwa support we eba ma problem agere onim say
na eno na nipa ni be yes sir.
Oh yes
sir.
Oh yes any mom na ya edi issues eba within the party because say obi kotena ba e so nya the free will no the kotena ba onim obi betima sorry na wa from bi na say ayi wa use penyini bi di penyini say contest ayekono mun ko support we e bia sa penyini kura wanim
ba sa de ne de more party say e koso sa more
that is the issue our grounds until at this time our MPP ewo opposition we have to unite and make sure say yabama obia kwan na won ko contest o contest a na delegates no etie o message
yeah
omo tie o message ewie na omo ohun se dwuma no obetima ye no ma ato abana ade ama ba so omo hun se ontimi ye dwuma no no ma do esinche no ma to amade omo gidi se obetima ye dwuma no ba se ye fa panyimfo so se obun control bi na won koto aba eba ma ye problem na wan hwe ayakwa kwache opposition ba se pe power pa de we have to look at nipa ombetimi a lead party no and my party no esaba power. Without that, yakoye mistake, we are going to cause a problem. When your maminka bibi nchiro.
Yeah.
Ayi yanhwe from 2016, 2020, 2024. Me nim say mo de research pa within the Zongo communities. Ese mo hwe all the Zongo communities from 2016 voter MPP enyaye. But over 2020, vote ayenya etiye esotoye from all the Zongo community. Then over 2024, atipa make away just within only the Zongo communities.
Now what finding out a DNT sir.
Good.
Because Oba Bepe Nasara organizer. Net say Juma da wenimo.
Yes.
It's a DNT ne banesa na all solution here there.
Good. As a party. So you a party leader.
Yeah.
So Obe leadi Nasara, which is Nasara is for the Zongo community or the Muslim communities in Ghana or the settlers in Ghana. So 3 sides when eye baby a Nasara eye Juma. Now one ukwa yi Nasara coordinator say Obe Juma e was Zongo. zongo enti se ebia kajetia oko na oka twa obia beto ase
Yeah.
na sa uko mosun zongo o de tiedi no mosun zongo uko mosun zongo wo Kumasi a ebi me mosifo ebi o wangarafo ebi me kusasifo ebi abusangafo dagombafo frafrafo o mabafra nti hwese about 50 to 100 tribes a uko lead no na wo kasa obaka bia na ya one language.
And also, idea matter on
one language.
When it comes to Nasara,
when it comes to Nasara, it matters.
Okay. Said I'm going to communicate well.
No, yes, yenya obia, ebia, you as a leader. Now come Sunzongwa. Udo na unse sisi de baby amiwe eye mosifo na doso. Nti mosifo na doso. Na one will say I had a yasa misumintimi enkaka mosikasa.
Okay.
Ewa hono. Na sa ukodu hono na okakatwi. Ebia obi wo ho no wanti twi. Ukodu mosunzongo na okaka Hausa. Ebia bu wo ho wanti Hausa. Uwo mosunzongo na okaka brafo. Obi wo ho wanti. Nti enu nyina na embo ya party no.
Sir.
Yes.
It's not just said Nasara coordinators no omo kwa communication no. One way to me communicating well.
Onum say me propose it to the party neck that obi obaba contest Nasara biansu be somebody at least one take kasakra no any less than 5 different languages. And with these 5 languages, let's take the English out. Yemfa English, na yemfa chi. Yemfa English into nchen, na yemfa chi into nchen. Na yemfa at least from Hausa and other languages. So you have to have this at least 5 solid languages. You interview no one to me about 5 languages, then you are not qualified to contest as a Nasara. Okay. You are going to lead the people within the Zongo community.
I said, we make us over interpreters.
Over interpreters. Now could do baby. Na nipa na nkasa peso mutie wa no asem. Interpreter ni bi wo ha. No, one so akwadane in different way. Nti nipa na peso wan tie through ho directly. Okay. And then secondly, sometimes nipa ni bi mu omo ye very happy say you see when na ye leader no.
O kan kasa.
You see ni what ye kasa ni bi o. Nti wo feel say one ni problem at any time bia na wo me too obetuma aka na kasa. Say your phone so kra na obetuma aka na kasa obetia obetena ase na onim say kunata no kunata wangarafo
okay
samuno menim say what is that tribe na da samuno
okay familiar with
onya samuno na what tribe are friend Kantonsi
a Kantonsi there em say me call me first time going to northern region na be some family.
Maybe more one journalist, one year Kantonsi.
On year why no?
Abbas Malik Dabo.
Dabo.
Me name say onim ne pa.
No,
Joy and I say
Abbas.
Yeah. Malik Dabo.
Dabo, yeah. Malik and them so no city.
I think
good. City, yeah.
Malik Dabo, okay no.
Okay, then Kantonsi.
Kantonsi.
Okay. It's one United tribes.
It's a tribe. Nti so to no ntimi nti kasa we nyina na okodu baby
e ba say no dey be dion
look no
e bia wono we pray na wote say kasa agege wote
onim answer na mbasora ha na yesa me at least me use 5 languages na me nchia that tribes answer na me free her
okay
at least 5
I say bia wo dey nyame na ye wadom na wote o but
nyame ya wadom a sa nyame ya wadom say o use no na nipa hu say nyame na ede ma wo
okay
enye nipa say nyame hirawo say nipa hu say nyame na hirawo nti so wo pe leader wo pe obi a nyame hira won so nyame amano that is uko baby ene na meka no uko baby na wotumi ekoka kasa obi abeto ase sebi you call this around Bono areas. Bono is western, north, and the rest. And the rest. Who say cocoa farms in the bebre, ne baby? I saw more year galamsin near my own say bebre.
Yeah.
Ebi mo hoa. Omunti English, papa. Ebi wo hoa. Chi.
Yeah.
Ayadin. Ono no krom kasa na oka. Nti sa nipa no na wo so kwa akoma na message say won ba support o party. Kasa ben na wo de ba convince no. This is the mistakes I your party no. This is the mistakes. Obi betuma aba wako interviewer na watro the form so say me ya fulani ni. Na fulani kasa na oti. Oti fulani kasa. Sa wonti fulani kasa no.
It is sad na what research you say ha the Nasara wake of the NPP.
Go to the Zongo caucus of the NDC. Now he said nipa ye yin for Zongo. Nipa ye yin as a Zongo caucus. Nipa ye yin as Zongo. Kasa ne the ultimate thing now. We have over 100 languages in the Zongo.
Okay.
100 tribes.
But basic ones in the Zongo.
The basic ones na yes okano. And it's at least so Wangara, Chamba, Kotokoli, Mosi, Busanga, Frafra, Wala, Dagomba, Mamprusi, at least. Eso utimika.
But say me familiar.
Yamfa Zabar until you say we are familiar to these languages are born. At least utimenya 5 from that languages. You can convince Obi. Say one be support a political party. That is the biggest problem at MPP. Yeah, what within the Zongo. Yes, Zongo for empire. It's not that it's Enyano Cre. Enyano Cre says Zongo for empire. Nipa ni feeling say Nipa na mujin no. Enye ye hu nipa. Leader na mujin no. Wababa kasene no. Enye ye hu nipa. Nto mo mfa serious. And it's 2 political parties, the main political parties in Ghana.
That's MPP NDC. That's correct.
NDC MPP. Nti se NDC nipa no wako hono na mosi fo gina ho a na wachi omo wa fa mosi kasa ono ma kasa walo fo wo ho a no ono walo fo na akasa kotokol fo wo ha no ono fo kotokol fo akasa wangara fo wo ha wono wangara fo akasa na wa MPP ni no wo ba ya no na aba fo brofo why na eba fo serious
Abusia yane Alhaji
MPP to learn
Isaka Kunata Eneka say member of the MPP, founder, president Edema United Zongo for Baumia. Na yeka say the or prese or be contested as the Nasara organizer of the New Patriotic Party. On your anything come.
Alaji, yes. Oh, say your party as sama yekai. A high pass ene. Yes, your opposition. Which he shouldn't be. Say up this to and say MPP opposition.
Okay.
What will be the reason? And the main opposition I see a coin no. Okwa researcher yan kasa ya kronfo within the Zongo communities. Mesame yan kasa ya kronfo. What you say baby I'm free. Within the Zongo community majority enkwato abano. Majority so ento amae. At the time yewo a Zongo flag bearer, a Zongo presidential candidate, edema a particular party. The party MPP should do research about this.
But I don't know, sir, Biana, a party the modern into a wind of change and the buffer Zongo.
No. You see, the time 2024, no.
Yeah.
A Jumana SA year within the Zongo community, no. Jumani in Aquajina, your flag bearer, no so. 1 year from the other side, 1 year from the other side, and a year from the Zongo community. So now, I say, even the main Juma say a Nasara coordinator should do, a Kwajina flag bearer. So because they don't do the work. That's what 2024 should have been the easiest elections for MPP. The most
2024.
Yes.
Hey.
Yes. There is no way we are power.
Yeah.
And the challenger you war as a party is from the settler groups, which is the Zongo areas, the Muslim areas. Then at that time, we have the Muslim flag bearer. At the time, when President Kufuor time, 2000, waba power. Waba President Kufuor ebaba power no. Na meye campaign, edema a former deputy communication minister, Honorable John Tony Achuluo, MP for Navrongo Central. Na me yani 8. At that time.
Yeah.
The messenger NDC for Ediba Abontene say MPP person omun use Aliu Mama no omun win power. Omun win power we are omba dompo no. That was the message. Until MPP win power from President Kufuor time. You win power you know. And then His Excellency Alhaji Aliu Mama was maintained as a vice president for the 4 years. Mm-hmm. 4 years you know. Your second campaign campaign 2004. The message was they are going to change Aliu Mama again.
As just to MPP maintain it.
Yes. And MPP maintain Aliu Mama. So with that, they don't have any message. Aliu Mama echo contest as a flag bearer one year. Another message NDC SI are using to say MPP MPP for nasem. MPP MPP for nasem. Until the MPP MPP for nasem ne MPP ebe yi pepe ni aweye Muslim as a flag bearer. What will be the reason? Because there is a problem somewhere that someone has to do. Look at the time 2024 election. Look at the way Vice President Alhaji Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia was moving everywhere. There wasn't any single major program or any activity that organized by the Nasara. How many people from the Zongo community could go closer one-on-one with the Alhaji Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia at the time? How many? So you, as the National Nasara coordinator, you should have been the person. Only Zongo Fono. You link. You are the gate. You are the door to the Zongo community. Zongo Fono episode will be a door to
how
the MPP.
Are you going to link? Because they say MPP the Zongo person by as you are saying said they are working. Still Zongo votes number. It's not depending because the campaign the tia Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia na udinechi. Until you become a Nasara organizer. A basic and what bridge the gap.
It's very easy. 2024. Ebimu to abanamaye from the Zongo community. And you say omunyina no omuntu abano ana omunyina no omumpa MPP. Ebimu to abanamaye. But the jumana say ye nanka yetimi the more vote from the Zongo community no. That was we couldn't do more. We left everything to the flag bearer to do. Baby, I say flag bearer no kono. The Zongo person should have been somewhere, maybe Nima, Mamobi, Madina, and the rest, all the Zongo communities to campaign on his own. You rather have to join the flag bearer campaign, which is wrong. Secondly, the link between the Nasara of the MPP and then the Muslim leaders or the Zongo leaders was limited. The Nasara administration couldn't do that. Omantima ye. Nasara administration omantima ye. As a National Nasara coordinator and a National Nasara organizer at this time, I said, you should make sure all 16 regional imams, you have the link.
Okay. One network
all the 16 regional imams. What they say, imam ne pewasama, one pewasama, you should have a link with the imam. Especially all the 16 regional imams. If so metumaka kasa be five languages ameka no. Ubetumanya out of the 16 imams no. Ubetumanya 10 imams are omote sa 5 languages no. So wuntimi nyomu nyina. Nti unya 10 na other 6 na omoka no. Then we can use ubetuma use brofono and achi no. At that time you already have the majority by your side. Yabisa say MPP no.
Yeah.
There is all the wings. Nasara is part of a wing of MPP.
Yeah, MPP.
Good. Until wings ni nyina omo ho no. The women's wing ena ya baako. Omo women's administration. Women's wing omo administration. Youth wing administration. Which Mikacho say Tama Nanabi a national youth organizer. Me a national youth operations director for the youth wing. Nasara omo administration no why no.
Nasara in administration. Say we are party structures in this way.
Party structures in no. The 3 wings. I 3 wings.
Okay.
The 3 wings. And now bet set up administration
for some specific wing.
Yes. Ebejina as the leader. obetma a make sure say the sa position at the aba and how to set up an administration for the wing. Secondly, Nasara as MPP Nasara at the time, or who feel say like all the youth groups no say Nasara na ma okwan say kwa yejuma won't me yejuma. A winger obaba yejuma voluntary at the amount. Obaba boao. At the end of the day, if whether Zongo for Baumia, whether Zongo for Nana Baumia, whether Zongo whatever, any grouper will come together to support the MPP party, to campaign for the MPP party within the Zongo. At the end of the day, Nasara will take the credit. Because we need the Zongo community. Yabaka say this time Nasara yejuma. Yanka say youth wings na yejuma. Yanka say voluntary groups are yejuma. So as a good leader, Obama omo yejuma na omo yejuma.
Okay.
Oye leader. Oye leader. O person achievement ana dia o person onya ene say o party e maintain power ana o party ebe power. No obi aba voluntary. Me a party ni me support party no. Me sika me ahonde me bibia nyansa de bibia nyame de ma me bia no. Me pesa me mfa yejuma voluntary. Emma party no. Me ye national Nasara coordinator. Me nim say creditor eba ba no. Me ena party ni enim me say me yejuma was on. Nipa no ba ye ne do ba gina wa too.
So you are assuring your party people say wo ena wo betimi age zongo votes e the amount of party because the party delegate ebeto abane the amount wa. Na the omo hwehwa ne say omo de omo ba aba mu. Onim sa.
Onim.
Yeah.
Me mpaibo. Mebo. Eye mienu.
Okay.
Baako. Sa meko national Nasara contest. Na meko wini. Na mantima mba party na mba power. Manya me mfa position na mame. Yes. And as at the time I meko another party ne wa power no. Me mpaibo ne say sa meko national Nasara coordinator. Me koji opposition no na me the position no be fa party na akọ opposition and man nyame mfa mame
and on pie so ano yes
yeah no that is the honest and yet position and me pe sabi me a businessman me wo me djuma me ye nti through me djuma no and me the even support United Zongo for Bomia as a youth group
but still no more hopa mo bo djuma
yes.
Okay, so there's a mobile Germany you.
So me free sa position no. Baby a me ankasa me found ye. Me na meji adwena ba me na ndi suggestion ba say yam form this school United Zongo for Bomia. Nti se me free ona me say me kwa contest a position within the party to lead all Zongo communities. Na sa position na me kono. Me kwa kwaji ya. Yes me lead including all the youth groups in Zongo. Me ye leader. Na me kwaji ya me the party akọ opposition. Be a very bad thing.
Okay.
Until MPP delegates, say omu make sure share some kwa ye leader.
Okay.
Mo leader where you ready. So oba ye juma ama party no. Leader where you ready. So oba serve party no. Enye leader. Opa say oba abeji position no dia bosti. The be make obi asisi ami na me yesi. As na me na me yase me si. No. Ye juma na ma party no emba power. Ye juma na maintain o party no in power. That makes you a good leader. But o ye leader no do o party e dey opposition. Say be party no power. Na ya to aba ma say ya assistant leadership. O be lead party no ba na the party na dey opposition. Party now opposition. They about to Obama say, oh, kwaye leader in party no, make sure say party no baba power, oh koya. And kwesiaga.
Oh, they are quite sure.
Yes.
Sammy, Samuel agree. In fact, said I make the business community Bekasa, or secretary the Food and Beverages Association of Ghana. Samuel who bizana sir.
Bizane. Wow, she said, "I'm a boni koya." And then leader ne de be jina wa. Obetumi transform party no Amanasan winning election at that time. The way the rot was going on.
At 2024?
Yes.
Says on 2024 no. Your friends, a memoir na Ghana for any answer. It's not specifically say
Adentina Ghana for any answer amamono. And Adentina Ghana for or Ghana for mother part in the buy.
Mr. Vice President and President.
So the same Ghana for no as also among party no. Because there is something wrong.
Okay.
What you say? This year, me bra what you have. So you're a businessman.
Yeah.
Businessmen no won say me catch us businessmen and the party ba power.
On would do my sentina.
On say me start here me
President coach ya me. Sabi sa ko.
Answer na say on baba no.
The group
aka say businessmen and support power at the political party eba power.
Yeah.
Most of them they don't have one political party. They goes by the party that favor their business. Most of them ebimu party o. Ebimu so dabi party a eba man business ekoso kama and eba boano. And every party no the national leadership omo ya party no. The national leadership and ya party no. At that time President Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo, Vice President Alhaji Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia, they are the government. And the national executive of the party omo on ya party no. And the party at that time yen e power. Nti a party no e power and a party no and e governance there. That means the party control the government. Nti adentina party leadership no entimin ka no kre. Say sisi abusin kai for omo bre. Sisi a baby $1 no ekono enye easy. O kwa you nema o bre. You ba who party for at that time obi obey party nipa say you say party nipa no one no ba ko chontro I'm a businessman na waji ne sika fup wako. Nti at that time who expect say sa businessman nsan ko support you obi a what the party ebe power party na ebe power no de wono expect say one fan ye ne business no ankwasi aga na wo party no so wasa kwasisi no.
The party leadership and no,
the greediness was too much.
Okay,
I'm a party member
within the party. And then the party the
opposition.
Okay.
Master, what you say?
Alaji.
That is it.
O party ma etio. O can say what the 5 languages e bet ya o mansa. Enti what the 1 minute be abeka 1 language.
Me that say.
Na fachi ya o mane yanko.
First of all, make a wala. Man Alhaji Muazu Isaka Kunatala ya jaban ka wa man yi walibi ma samun dola ma gina man jikane mbora kan yelku ka insha Allah ka party ngo open nominations na contest as national nasara coordinator so na bora ya support insha Allah mbaye ka upper west ya da support man ngune ba de upper wakuti ama insha Allah this time mbaye ka upper watnanya. Sisi amekana musi.
Okay.
Amnan pusa yamfa zabre. When hansaki the party yetu dika nominations onwa. Maminandi ka forms. Un contest as national nasara coordinator. Lama mimi te mamhunda wawa yamfa da supporter mam. Lam kapamye. La when hansaki miti this time. Tunampama nasara insha Allah mebeka gruzi kasam
okay
which is more important to the northness akama mali de ana wane achai ne radio kumbanga nazam when I say part kunna pour nominations a contest as national nasara coordinator. So aluraba sama masakwane sa support ni. Ina roko iyaye na Hausa saboda Allah. In Allah ya yarda in aka bude forms, aka bude nominations, a contest as national nasara coordinator. In Allah ya yarda ni ma na pick form in contest nasara kuma. Na san lokacin da ya wuce kun support na amma Allah ne bai ba mu ba. Ma insha Allah Allah ya yarda this time na yi imani kaman da supportinku Munsa Munasara. Now go de Mukukore.
Now go there. And they met it.
That's good. And Mark Jerry.
Yes.
Oh, your party.
Yeah.
I say Yenshia Adiabako.
All right.
Nebe yi power. Yebe yi executives.
Executives, yeah.
Yebe yi leaders. Omunjai say we ye minua, we na minim no, we de minim no. Nti de minim no, obetima yo, ontimi yo, momfamma no, dabi.
Okay.
Catch omo say, unko support the obetima ye no.
Agye adwuma no.
Especially
leadership opese esi ahene for delegate ento abama omo ne ye woma wom betimi agye adwuma na enyimom enyo obi aye nenua.
Yes.
Enya adam for sem.
No.
Baby a party ni gina
especially party ewo opposition. Okofa busia na odi adwuma emboa. Na me mama braso assurance say.
Yeah.
Inshallah. Ono enene the group no the business people no.
Yeah, food and beverages.
Omo enye gidie ewo MPP mo.
Okay.
Na omo support MPP na yamba power.
That's all.
Na sanye me ya dom MPP ebeyi a new face, new leadership. And it's not going to be the same MPP omo nimno. Ye baba power 2028 inshallah sanye me ya dom. Na yaba so a yaba make sure say yaba support the business. Me am me a businessman.
Yeah.
Ebi comment on some platforms say or say leadership party leadership omo hwe say omo anko yi obi a wanko university obi a wannim hwe na me say 2016 regional chairman sa omo de MPP ba power no monko hwe say omo ni percent omo certificate
and they say the pan ka sa wan kan e
monko hwe mu certificate
and university na the party ba power
good
and they fat to
school ni adom na me winning as national coordinator I will join the business cool na mo no
all right
na nyina yenye business
inshallah Alhaji Muazu Isaka Kunata are vie for a national Nasara organizer or your president founder United Zongo for Baumia Alhaji obi person be join United Zongo for Baumia on there. Oh,
it's a free year just for Hombra may who say baby awo and United Zongo for Baumia no a nationwide every constituency will baby
that's right
ntube to my journey but Bomadin say at this time MPP say be a party member be an embomodin no onko register no nya party card
yeah
obi an Bomadin say say you know ever from first match no obi an Bomadin say obekwa kwanya party card and then also make sure say ube contribute kakra your dues kakra to the party one CD krano ebetima boa nti obi an make sure say obetima support party no with a small donations na won your party card so sanyame adoma inshallah 2028 yeba power Alhaji Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia ebe ye present e Ghana inshallah
mera say Alhaji Muazu Isaka Kunata and out in Kano president founder Zongo for Baumia United Zongo for Baumia are currently or aspire so be the Nasara organizer of the new patriotic party on an out in Kano. Yaka says that because the business community Samuel Agre at Nase or your secretary, general secretary the ma Food and Beverages Association of Ghana. Zami Mado Abe anwa be microphone na mameka. Apombo ko de. Esi ate kakra. Afi yenhia. I say ye ko di bro nyan mo na ebesia kakra. Na bia boko de. The business e ko sen.
E ko sen na e pese e ko na but am say akakra.
Okay.
Electricity na ekuye. Na
say
eno ana adia ebetimi ahwe say Saban betimi aye ho bibia.
Yeah.
And the ebe ma yakọ enim bebre. Na fe yahwe benchmark values na wo port no.
Benchmark values no so omo yan wo hwe.
Yan wo hwe. Oh, we ni ade a previous administration di ba ya a good businesses in bebre. Enti no na wo hwe CD no performance at that time. Na we ka say e ba ni sen. Enti no sisia no say ya ka say ye research na. E say itumi hwe say sa area no ye be den ye free hono. And now say ye better so kakra form. Because that is the area Emma Nemabo do city no about form still no prices no I was true. Intino I just say Shasa Nema we need to me if you want more. Ebema Nema be akonanim.
Wow. Na yɛnhwɛ so far mo hwɛ ɛyɛ yɛnhyɛ ase from presidential dialogue.
Very well.
Enra ɔmampanyin kutamudi odi yɛ enua ma ɔkan some de de mo the business people na mo group ɛwɔ hɔ bi.
Yeah.
Assurance bɛn na mo nya de free enua ma mo pɛ sɛ ɔmampanyin address no ɔyɛ.
In fact, wo hwɛ ne kasa no mu nyinaa nea ɔse ɔmbɛhwɛ sɛ stability of the macroeconomy no stable. Sɛ na ɛbɛyɛ a businesses no ebitumi aplan yie. Na afei no yɛahwɛ sɛ other investments ɛfa yɛfrɛ ne sɛn training, bringing new technology, investing and expanding our businesses. Ebetumi ahwɛ sɛ ne nyinaa bɛgyina. Nti ɛno no ɛyɛ apam ɔne business community no akɔ. Nti no yɛbɛhwɛ sɛ aban bɛyɛ ne deɛ. Ɔyɛ ne deɛ a business community so no ɔmo so ɛbɛyɛ ɔmo deɛ. Esan sɛ investment ni nyinaa ne sɛ wetumi ama wo sika no etu mpɔn ɛwɔ wo adwuma because you are in for profit.
Yes.
Na woyɛ profit no adwuma no so stability no ɛyɛ good. Na wafa nkurɔfoɔ na yɛyɛ adwuma no ma. That is what the businessman really benefits from. Na ohun sɛ nkurɔfoɔ no adwuma no kɔ so bia ne nya agye. Ɛno na ɛbɛma wo hu sɛ adwuma no nti ɛkɔba ne saa so a maybe as sika bia wo bia no bɛkɔ akɔpɛ sika na abɛhyɛ adwuma nim na ɛkɔba ne sɛ woyɛ adwuma no egu a ɛne wokɔpɛ bosia na ɛndeɛ na wokɔpɛ ne sɛn nti no ndo a wohwɛ presentation no ɔyɛ na the tail end of it no ɔsɛ menim wokɔ apam memeyɛ me fam deɛ ɔso mo nyɛ ma fam deɛ nti no we hold government to saa promises na afei yɛahwɛ sɛ adwumafoɔ no and adwumankuo no nyinaa obiara bɛyɛ necessary because sectors no nyinaa was present. And a ɛyɛ good sɛ yɛma directors no business owners nankasa na ɔmo ne aban hyia. Nti no they understand the communication and we expect sɛ yɛn nyinaa ne bɛkɔ yɛnim yɛ fa ɛkɔ yɛnim no yɛn nyinaa bɛtumi ayɛ ne aban no ɛhwehwɛ na afei no adwuma etumi etum
pa yɛnhyɛ Ministry of Trade, Industry and Agribusiness. Honorable Elizabeth Ofosu-Adjare na ɔka asɛm bi. Even yes, na ɔka sɛ ɔmampanyin no koraa esi so. Wɔka utilities. Every business community. Wɔn bɛdu baabi na production lines a na mo friend is saying. They are more
power stages ne sɛ.
Ebi amo product machines a mo de yɛ adwuma no. Na ɔma shut bi down. Na ebi a yɛ 5 shati bi enu miɛnsa na yɛ adwuma ba ne sa no so a edi bɛ kɔte na fi because of utilities. What do we do? And then no penny I can't want some utilities see
won some ribi e mu no ka say ECG they need to revamp na you be revamp ya eno ne say you be ma a very good administrator it take you over no hwɛ say ECG ni aye demanded from them no they really do it. Esan say waste no too much. Na wontumi enye ana wonya edwuma sei ɛsɛ ma a drive economy no na no mom enya challenges are then how does the other economy thrive? Nti no sɛ wohwɛ sa campaign na yɛ sɛ nka ɛbɛyɛ energy yentum but I tell you so far ehu sɛ payment and for year crap or no. We cannot even assess how much they are paying because the machines that they are using and as a meters are using, whether they are calibrated to give us the optimum output, we don't know. It's only ECG that understand that machine. But under Omano regulation, or say machine be idea no. I say to me, calibrating. Bibia a year account bibia away say to me calibrate ECG pe meters and open to me
calibrate
now identity we need to calibrate it to ensure say payment say to your and one year to and I say almost see now to me no I see say yes see our council be it's as a recent increment on me per calculation based on the 9.8%. Calculation you are way beyond 15%. Per the consumption pattern, you are way beyond 15%. into baby say adeɛ no yɛto mu 8% and I say yɛto mu 15%. Into a big issue I say it me hwɛ sɛ saa nneɛma no nyinaa yɛbɛtumi abɔ ho ban na yɛtumi ama your friends say ECG agyina yie. Sɛ yɛbɛka sɛ yɛbɛma no agyina administrative orders ɛwɔ hɔ no, sometimes you cannot tell whether they are really performing the way they're supposed to perform. Into wohwɛ the consumption pattern and as a customer base across the country. Recently, in the Ashanti region, we've had a lot of complaints. ECG performance, are questionable. As I say, the kind of machines that they are putting in place, electricity consumption within these areas, abridged until they can then count on ECG. Unfortunately, a new government comes and then we start hearing say, "Never been koye." Now, ekobanisa. Now, whom do you blame? Was it a cosmetic friend saying show?
The previous administration.
And I say they really put in place the machines that are supposed to feed us the energy. And
I said the current administration should not come on the crunch.
Now, we shall say you are installing machines now within a short space of time, a year. They can just say machines, into me rely on, and therefore we need a better transformer. This is where problem. Essentially, we need to sit down, look at every community, the growth friends measures are all. It to me a year calculation who say within this area in the next 2-3 years there will be an explosion of friends residents coming into that community. Into what do? Consumption pattern. Say the transformer I am 20 kVA coho. Now say nipa ne consumption in the next 3 years. What will happen? Then you need to move those machines to fallow grounds. Friends saying business activity and I say consumption here very low. So you put them on that one and then increase. But Sanyama way now I wonder how they do their own calculations. We keep on getting those problems.
Yeah.
They need to up their game if they really mean to work. But tariffs, in fact, they are training here. No one be good in
Yeah.
As I say, to me, and what on my more productivity is the hallmark.
Yeah.
Now, the very energy never driving productivity. That will form. You can't really make anything out of this. We need to really look at ECG, demand for whatever we need to. And as we are demanding, they shouldn't take it as people are really talking and then there was no need for that. But then they should see it as a step to improve their service to the community because without them, we can't live and without us, they also can't be there.
Yeah.
We must all come together and ensure the proper thing is done. Until when consumers are demanding for proper service, they deserve it, and therefore they need to deliver the way it's supposed to be.
Yene General Secretary, Food and Beverages Association of Ghana, FABAC, and you didn't come on. Your friend is Samuel Agri, and you said the business community in the Oman assurances or the presidential dialogue with the stakeholders in the private sector. 24-hour economy Oman Penny sign. They said, then I'm not sure anymore. How are you positioning yourself? Move, you know the same. To face 24-hour economy.
24-hour economy. One say, Madam Omampeniasi. So the BBC say, but sometimes now, like I say, some of the things that we say, we really have to interrogate to get the cream of whatever the president has said. And our president will issue be or can't say more. No, I started at that. And some of it in our waka. Into all kind of just idea, no. So always already in motion. Into that sector, yeah, cause 24-hour economy. Yeah, mantra, and in a way is to project this country into a different or from this platform to another platform. If it comes to industrialization, into whoever that is looking at it, we are looking at which area that people can really bring their money to invest. But a kind of mantra, no, and they said processing. Processing, no, what goes into the processing and what are the background. I should say, yeah, agri sector no, are really revamped. The very things that we need to process are in place. Make sure are there. Never be to make cry every other countries. At the bar, maybe to say tomato.
Yeah.
Tomato paste. Yeah, crab maybe to say okro. Ayakani and I say it dey go bottle jazz one anyway. Yeah, crab maybe to say meko at the bar. Yes, we export TB. But the question is, near or more aircradiaba or maimono, maybe to say tomato. Garden eggs, okra, onion, dehydrated onion, and it's any money in ano. Where does it go, and where does it come from? Countries near and I this area is well vested in the production of these products, and so MRP, you know, I must say, it to me call. Your friends say, "Cause a bumper harvest."
Yeah.
Na bebre na
ba.
Say eba na see to me nyawo bibia. Then it goes into the processing. But you see, processing must come first, and the surplus is what we must consume. Because never processing, that will take us for another year, and then export. So that what is left over, we really look at it, consume in our homes. But we rather consume in our homes, and the leftover we throw away. It shouldn't be that way. It should be the other way around.
Okay.
And you know, if the 24-hour authority has come into effect, then these are some of the areas that we really want to look at. When I made a travel to India, these people are people that are very good in the agricultural sector, where they want to shift their friends and expertise to come to Africa and then train more people in Ghana, to train more people in the agri sector, and then also process them for export because they know where the products are being sold. Oko Dubai, we don't have farms. What they do is to import the processed foods and then re-export. Until they make their place as a hub. Until Argentina, Ghana, Sanyama we yen to mean ye. Now yen to mean creating a market center within an area where, and that says to say Dubai say, and I said within the African free trade area.
Yeah.
We then launch our platform for people to also come in and buy what they have to buy. Because when you go, we're all over the world. Dubai is the largest market if it comes to trade.
Yeah.
Indeed, why should it be so? Oh, Obia de Nediako. When they do the trade, and as a first now, you can tell what they are selling over there. But they themselves are not producing those things that they are exhibiting. But Ghana here, we are lucky to have those things in our agricultural sector, bring them to a finished product, and then present them to the world that this is what we can have. Previously, when you go there, if you to India, for instance, and then the first that they do, your friend BB Indus food, products are now more presented. In fact, sometimes you can say these ones will not do well in my country because Nina say, if you say, you bet to me across until they give you the benefit to come into their territory, look at what is being produced, and then you can also have that way. Friends say edge to import spices. Other product, finished products are yet to me. I need processing into a finished product. Then you ask yourself, what am I doing in my country that we can't do? Because all these things we have them there.
Yeah.
So what can we do to produce and then process? So on. But this time, last year when I went there, or this year, February, I was there in January. Sorry. But if you look at the quality of brands that are presented this time, you ask yourself, these people are moving beyond. Our branding experts should be the Ghana Standard Authority. They should recruit all the experts in graphics.
Okay.
Put them in their facility.
Okay. It's all bibi and it say wako.
No much say I did way
say your branding now.
Your branding now. This is how this product will be presented to the world. Into this is how you should do it. Into the very onset, when you start, the only thing that you do is to improve upon what has been given to you.
Yeah.
Oh, into no, sebeya in Kadebia because they should go to the market, look at the product that we think we can export, take it to their facility, and then turn it around, create the necessary branding, and when there's standards, do what has to be done, and then present it to the producer and tell them this is how we want it. So if they can't do it, they better not set up the facility. But once we give them the standards, the way we should brand it, definitely they'll bring in the technology to do what they have to do. And you know, we have the experts there. Since here, the students that are coming out from the universities are doing so much brilliance, their friends saying, branding. When you see them, you ask yourself, is it made in Ghana? So why can't we put them together and then get it? Because you see, we must have a deliberate effort. Say, we want to transform this country in the next 18 months or the next 2 years. How we want this country to be like. So let us charge the youth in this area. Look at it and how do you present Ghana to the world?
Okay.
So that every sector biano will have the expert there. Let them move into operation. We give them, we feed them what they need to do so that they can do or copy from other, their friends, international brands, and then perfect our own and present it to the world that this is the Ghana. If you look at something, a product like Niche chocolate.
Niche. It's someone more no. It's a free zone company.
Yeah. Omoye way they call Germany.
And what would be called Germany, right?
Call Germany.
Yeah, Niche.
Like Germany in Switzerland is the biggest market. And I ton kakrawaka. A beer call Germany.
Let's say Ghanaian own.
Yeah. A Ghanaian and then a German partner.
Okay.
So are there no. The product that they present to the international world, no. Most of them are not in this country.
Okay.
But when you look at the type of brands that we have, or the way the products are packaged,
yeah,
even in this country, and then those that will find them on the shelf, you ask yourself, who is doing this and who is behind it? So we need to bring them together. The cocoa that we see, for instance, we can have thousands of brands in different shapes. When you go to South Africa, the same chocolate, you can count 27 brands on it.
Brands, yeah.
So are there no? Not imported, produced locally.
Yeah.
Ninano, they are in different ways.
Yeah. Adani. Ebi wakra, one the granite.
Yeah.
Granite.
Ashim.
Ebi, yeah.
There are so many ways that we can, but we should Ghana cocoa now. And now Ghana, your friend saying, tree, a friend saying,
golden tree.
Golden tree. Golden tree. We should golden tree. How long has it been in the market? So for how many years has golden tree been in the market? But I can count only 5 of their brands. I don't know. We share pebbles. We share chocolatey. We share the dark one, and then there's another one green, and then just 5.
Green, yeah.
So
5, yeah.
What are we doing to ourselves when we can by now? We should have more than 30 different brands. When you sum them on the market, there should be a competitive edge. I bet me, I want to say, Ghana cocoa is the number 1 in the world. So must our chocolate is the number 1 chocolate in the world. So are there no. Into your production is what we must look at. Into we need to bring the marketing experts, the brands, friends, technologists, the nutritionists, the friends, marketers, nankasa. They don't want about one platform. So everybody know what they have to do. So at the end of it, when the product is sent out, you know that this product is beyond friends and comprehension. That importers can then come into this country. When we have exhibition and we say we are doing chocolate, the friends exhibition, we have 1,001 of the brands to showcase to the world. And no, and the Beman Krofaka say, give me this brand alone for my country, nobody else.
Yeah.
Then they come and pick it and then sell it in their country. But unfortunately, I don't know how we want to position ourselves. So government upon government comes, and then they bring in new incentives. And those ones too, we don't know where it will go, and then it will die off. But
what is our problem? Na be bisa say. Say we say aben flagship 24-hour authorities. Say yayin authority. Eba be adwuma. We share the previous administration. We share the 1D1 industrialization policy. Even the previous NDC government. One more year. Industrialization agenda 50B. I remember very well. Companies are now boom. Companies are no. It doesn't even exist as we speak because me wo sa document no wo. Companies ni nyina no my address. No. The previous Professor Mills Mahama.
That brought about the Segleme.
Yes.
And by now we should have. We should have at least.
By now,
that size of industrial parks, we should have more than 10 in this country. Where we have pharmaceutical enclave, we have food processing enclave, we have the chocolate itself as a unique product enclave. Now, you other small areas and also whatever that you produce, we look at this area. If you go to the Ashanti region and is the friends saying cocoa that they must produce, and then that should be the hub. If you go to the Brown Hafu, and the pottery should be the hub, go to Brown Hafu. Everything that you need about pottery is there. So they feed the country and they feed the world. If you go to the north, say Emono ne number one. Yenhwe say north no, Ebro, Nkatie, all the staples that we can talk about. This should be the hub for these things. And then you come to the greater Accra. That is where we bring in the raw materials for manufacturing. So if it's about bringing the doctors, bringing the computer sciences, bringing the marketing executives, bringing all the technocrats that we know, let Accra be the hub, so that we can produce the kind of people that we want to train in this country, and then they will feed into these sectors. Sisiano, with a 24-hour
authority, no.
Mesre, we shouldn't broaden it. Say Obiambra no be any. Kakra ne betumi any be.
And so when you say under subscription,
we should pick just 10 products.
Okay. 10 products.
Just 10. Chocolate.
Okay.
Cocoa say. Yenhwe say you betumi expand. Expand now. Oka say export no will be reduced, but we will try as much as possible to process 60%. Then we need those who can produce the chocolate in this area. So let them come do the paste. Those who are doing the powder, let them do it. Those who are doing the milk chocolates itself, let them do it.
Yes.
Those who are doing the other brands and then putting it into
the better ones,
let them do it. That is one set of cocoa. Those who are doing the other processing, if it comes to rice, now that we want to reduce the import of rice, what do? Then we should look at the local production. What are we going to do? Let us revamp the friends saying irrigation areas, give the parks to the rice growers, let them grow the rice. Let us buy the rice and treat it as if we are treating cocoa, and then keep them in the barns and then release them after a year. By that time, we have about 3 or 4 cycles in production. This way, we'll build up our capacity and then start exporting to certain areas that we don't have. Then you look at Bibitsi and Katia.
Granules.
What must go into it? The paste. You can change it into different products. We look at that one. Then we look at the sorghum or the millet. Millet, we are always talking about, your friend is saying, healthy products. Millet products is healthier than any other product. Even more than maize.
Really?
And what can we do with the millets? The people who are producing it, can we expand? Let us use them into biscuits. And then the nutritionist will tell you, you can use only these products for whatever you want to produce, 60% of this. Then you will see the capacity going up in production. Because if I want to produce my biscuit, the demand is that I need to use 60% of our local product. Until then, we start looking for. So we empower the farmers to grow more so that we can buy from them. We don't just leave it the way it is. Then we look at an area of, friends saying, pharmaceuticals.
Pharmaceuticals.
We should do that and then have in mind that we want to export at least 80%
of your products
in the next 2 years. Pharmaceutical companies in this country should expand If we have 20, we should go to 100. Let the people come and invest in this country. Create the enabling environment for them to produce those things. And then we look at your friend saying, cement, can clinker, then we look at that area too. We can produce to export to other neighboring countries. So what are we doing? As we import other produce, we can do same. Then let us look at an area like other small agro-processing.
Agro-processing.
Mekoni, your friends, sorry. Tomatoes.
Tomatoes, so many are processing.
Sisi a wutia, yawo emana mokase. You call friends Burkina Faso, Mali. Most of them were killed recently. But they are souls rest in peace. Ye pomocho omunjintum say we are behind them. Nemmom demands bia akoso and they say the government should protect them to go to Mali and bring tomatoes. It's uncalled for.
Okay.
This shouldn't be an appeal.
Say you Ghana, you assassin.
Because Ghana Kasapono, if you want to go to Burkina to buy tomato, the police or the soldier can lead you. Their mandate ends at the Ghana border.
At Ghana border.
They cannot go beyond and give you protection. So what they know? Intino, a risky business and no more ashamed. If they are not making profits, they will not go that far to look for tomato and come and sell. But what they need to do is now turn all the resources within this country. Go to government and tell them, give us the land and give us the irrigation area.
Yeah.
Let us plant the tomatoes in this area. Because once the tomato becomes available, the industries are there to solve them. So are there no. So we revamp the tomato sector. So we must make the call and put pressure on government to give us or revamp the tomato sector. That is all. But for you to say, yeah, Mao, a friend and God, and Van Mali, for soldier funding which Mali and cover tomato sombrano. Those who are playing politics with this is most unfortunate. There's nothing that government can do if it comes to you going to Burkina to bring tomato. So tomato takes 3 months and it's ready. Some of them 8 weeks is ready. So let us start to do the processing in this country. When we grow them, this is an area, because if Burkina is doing it, then we can do it better. So then we process the tomato. If not for export, we can still consume our tomato in this country. And you know, there are so many things that we need to do. The tomato that are being produced, some of these areas, the Chinese people, what they are doing to this country is as if
China for no.
I'm telling you, but you know, information will get to the appropriate places for them to take action. Because what we've observed, and they said they pick up people's brands.
Okay. No the chrome.
And omokrom. Your chrome higher, no chrome higher.
Yes, sir.
So
areas
they only work in the night. So under the darkness, they produce people's product, the tomato, whatever they put into the paste, you don't know. But they produce it and then bring it, because FDA will tell you you cannot produce tomato at certain grade. They have a standard that they've given. But these people, when they pick your product, you are conforming to the standard. They'll pick your product and process it the way it's not supposed to be. And then in the morning, they bring it to the markets and sell at the ignorance of the consumer. So, and you know, we need to sit up as a country and look at exactly what we want to do. And you know, for the president, we will thank him for all the initiative that they've put in place. And therefore, we also urge the business community to take advantage and then work on these things to make sure it will become a transformational change for this country. Going forward in the next 2 years, let us look at what is happening. Because to set up a factory, certain factories, some of them it will take you 2 years. By the time that they will be ready to produce, but then the legacy, say you created the atmosphere for these businesses to come and to give us hope beyond the next 2 years as to where we want to be. And you know, we should make a targeted effort selecting the brands and making sure, say, we can really sell them. Look, an area like this tourism, for instance, Ministry of Tourism should pick up this area properly and say, we want to develop it the way that we can transform, improve the friends and local tourism. I'll give you an example.
Yes.
When you mean South Africa, in South Africa, when you go to a place
tourism.
like Johannesburg, before how the place was and now, so on there no. But they make sure say all the areas are tourist back on. They will have something to take home with them. So the festivals are there. They plan everything on maps, give you the booklets, you can pick it, and then once you are there, you can say to yourself, say, oh, me person meko table a friends a mountain. Semeko areas, semeko lions now. Semeko areas are Table Mountain, and semeko a friends and beaches now. Meko Robben Island. They've identified all these places and then catalog them into books. So when you're a tourist, when you get to the airport, the first thing you see are these maps and then the books. So when you pick one, free of charge, when you go and sit down, I would want to visit this place. When you go here, the next time you go, you want to go to another place. So you don't visit the same place. When you look at the wine cellars, that is where people also visit.
Yes.
They go, they host them, have their dinners and all that. They transport it. And then the train service. Who bet not train who call dinner, anajo. Sa mbeko bush nemu asande waba. Sa so na wo call Robben Island. And also the ubeko your friends and boats are. Edubeko akotna friends Robben Island area and as a friends Sunset area no. Ebeko akusi ho. Na wo hwe say area no den eba form. Nti ugina wo beka say won sabe kan area no. Wait me so. And so why you are far away, millions of miles away. So are there no. But it's so beautiful. So you can dine in the boats and then they bring you back in the night and then you come and sleep. So why can't we do the same? By creating those atmospheres for people to come and see, say, yes, this is what we can. And then encourage people to invest in the hotel industries.
The hotel
because we need not to put the hotels only in Accra. Let them move the hotels
around.
Areas so that people can travel, have quiet time, and come back refreshed, and then come and work. When you have your leave, the only thing government and I say, boss Becca just say, we are paying for your leave. Go. And then for 2 weeks or 1 month, go. And then, so much refreshed. So I don't know. A boy and my productivity. So I don't know. We need to look at all these sectors, how we really want to revamp. The 24-hour authority, Mr. Gusitano, right? Or a businessman, astute one. On say, Sanyama way, a bit me, a young be pa, ama in Yashe. Say, the retailer, everything shouldn't be concentrated. We can move most of the businesses outside Accra by creating those industrial parks. Those industrial parks can also serve as a tourism area for people to visit. We need to really focus our mind as to how this country want to go.
All right.
And once we do that, I'm telling you the direction that end results, all of us will clap for this government.
Right, I tell for Yane the business man or your secretary, the man, Food and Beverages Association of Ghana. Onona yaneno edin komoy. Our church no many so economy no said ya no meko. Until so now inflation baby a day at the same mama.
Inflation
impact mo say
is the best so far, and we wish it to stay there for a very long time. At least we should have an inflation of no more than 5% at any given time. So then people can then have the fear. I know if you can say inflation above from I say who say nema above from ampa. But sometimes the inflation going down does not really reflect on how things should come down.
Yes.
Nema cost na say above from man. And above from preoccupy. Into for inflation to get to that peak, what will happen is with time, you be say ni na eba form. But you see, Abaneka said resetting. If we need to reset, Bibia Touchma and
reset.
And to know that is how for me I look at certain things. Resetting, no. A kwambe so ne be fa, e be ma sa nkofo nya the true feel of that resetting. Into no, CD no, we cannot peg it.
Yeah.
But the best we can do is to let it gain the value it's supposed to gain over time. I won't say CD no, gaining the value.
But what's the president Kabibio? Or say stability no and yet transformation.
Yeah. You know, we need to add certain things
to
make it more transformational. But you see, you know, I perform now. You can say, I see Bibia so perform. Now, Obeka say resetting. It is na President Kufuor years some time back by rebasing the city.
City,
redenomination. So $1 of 9 cedis 70 pesos. 97 cedis at that time to $1 came down to 9 cedis. Came down to 90 pesos. So and I remember in 2007, that was August. Adom Ephraim. That's my Mikacho Monisha. Redenomination countries be aye.
Okay.
They've had the stability for 25 good years without having an inflation of no more than 5%.
Okay.
See the currency depreciation. Now Ghana, say ye, what will happen is redenomination in 10 years' time, if we are not careful, it will come back to the same point.
Yeah.
July 2007 up to
let's say
2017.
2017.
That was exactly
10 years.
Now 2017, how much was the cedi? Come down to 13 years down.
Yeah, down.
At about 2023,
Yeah.
2024.
Yeah.
How much was the cedi against the dollar? Or the inflation pattern? From 97 pesos to 16 cedis, 20 pesos. 97 pesos in the frame. The cedi depreciated as much as over 100 and another 1,000%. So 15 cedis and ababetosu. So you ask yourself why? It because of bad management, government upon government.
Yeah.
So I don't know. Intino. Yen to me, I'm my way no engineer. And Cassidy no ebe depreciate ya.
Yeah.
Acquire 5 cedis. Now about from 4 cedis. Neko 5 cedis. It is our party, no. We are able to manage it. Now, yes, our basing, no, rebasing, no. Ube say, there ye ton 20 cedis. In Casa time, no. In Kabeba 2 cedis.
Beba 2 cedis, yeah.
Unfortunately, what happened? It couldn't come down to 2 cedis. So I don't know. But rather, we started asking for more salaries, and then everything was thrown out because the government itself could not see to eyes. So be making sure say, "Be ejina no, be ejina."
Sandy ejina.
More friends saying salaries, ne your friends saying expenditures started going up because of the way we managed that city transform. Because I don't see where they change money. That money that has become illegal, you spend it side by side. So what it means is that it goes to the bank and then people will bring it back into the account. So the politicians, that was what they did. You took the money to the bank to destroy it. And when it goes back to the Bank of Ghana for them to destroy it, they bring it back for consumption. So our books were short. You say, Nema Kosu, Sika war system. That was when Atames came in.
Yeah.
He thought there was money in the system. So they were spending. And if you look at Atames time, within a space of 2 years, how was Ghana? We grew over 13%. So, things were moving very fast. And you ask yourself, so this country can move that at that rate. Unfortunately, he couldn't survive to see his own friend saying, Ejuma. So I there no. Ekobani say, Nyawo who says scanning now on scan, it's not there. Because our books were inflated. Inflation, through. So to manage the economy the way it's supposed to be couldn't happen. Then came down to the MPP administration. And then what happened? We saw Ethiopia going on with the name of the president and the vice president. What they did, businesses collapsed here. Boom. Then brought about this 16%, 16 CD devaluation.
Exchange rate.
Yeah. If it's going down, government, in a way, is good for certain loan repayments.
Mm-hmm.
It's also good for certain things to be done.
Yeah, loan repayment externally.
Externally,
yeah.
yeah. Now, you better say, certain things has to also come down.
Mm-hmm.
Starting from the top. Aketua yeliti ankrofo no, yenhwe say beba form. Because anye ne saa, what it will mean is the same high salary, but the city value will not help.
Yeah.
Inti na bema ban aji ska bebre abobosia e dey twa na so ambobosia na taxes no be raise.
Internet say yenti adwumayefo aketua so an.
Obia rebasing.
Hey, sir.
Yes.
Hey.
So that is the most difficult part of it.
Yeah.
Because
China's experience. I'm sorry, we make a book. We be not Chinese. We so economic history. Ne bibi sa.
Edru baby a. Waketia no. Me media me president. Matiso. Bia 20%.
Oh.
So me matiso no. Me ministers in matiso. All government sectors yatiso. Then the cost of products on the market should also go down the way it's supposed to be. Then you bring in regulations a bit to me. I should say, Sanyama way a ton, a day a ton 2,000, no. You see a ton 1,005, 1,000 way. Internet say, yeah, the 1,005. Not a still no salary, any rebasing, yeah, duty, I was through. The taxes, no, I was through. Then, of course, we cannot maintain it, but rather find money to pay workers. When you are rebasing, everything should come back, come down, and let us. But that is the most difficult part. But we can do it if we want to do it by starting from somewhere, and we'll get there. So, ebini benchmark value.
Benchmark values.
As someone I'm making, because you introduce the buyer, no, bibia expensive.
Yeah.
Into what must we do? We share the American economy. Trump, as someone can say. Anything you import into America will attract certain penalties. Your friends say rates. Or no increase, it be 35%. So share or man we not on penalty. So they are about 40%. We there no. We are not far from them. In our country, we introduce the same. When you import rice and oil, you pay extra 20% of your duty.
Of your duty, okay.
So are there no. We have not taken it away. Is there. Until if you want to take those things away, once you take it away, then you must know, say, a mona a ton 1.7 million, 170 cities. No, about down about 70 cities. Until about 70 cities, are you expecting me to pay you the same salary to go and buy the same rice? No, it must also come down in a way so that at least the rebasing or the resetting will give meaning to what we are giving.
Yeah, okay, then I just said that's the best practice, pal.
If you afford the I can once me. See no against the cocoa. First, no, auto cocoa 1 ton, the amount $1,000. So $1,000 no, who convert as 1,600. See, say the amount the same $1,000, but it's giving you 11,000. That's what. Into that is how the communication should go. For them to understand, say, it's not because the world price has come down, but the city value does not support the same amount of the amount. So what they know, Sisi and Shisha no bano is the best for everyone. And those of us who don't have cocoa farms will regret. We all must go and then invest in cocoa farms.
Oh, okay.
So what they know,
the future plans are Modeba.
So what they know, because if your price is 70% of the world market, just imagine the cocoa, echo 12,000 tons.
12,000 said your core
$12,000 per ton. So what they know, a corner could draw on more. Mitifia, na me school club, my friend me ban say, but say world price no, say or say 12,000. Nti me de me koton asen na menya. Oso benya 70%. Nti wo de be $7,000 na beba $7,000 all the bag na scam wa yesen bebre. Nti no, then be 700,000. Oh. Nti the farmer would then have to decide when to release their beans for sale. Oh, nti na kobani sana, you can produce and store or then mortgage it with government and get your money in real time. So that when government is buying now, at the time on auto okoko no, o mfa so bebre. Nti at least we ni beje. Sa so na e bo no ba for mo a. We hu say e bo na aba for. When you do your own calculation, you know say this is how much I'm going to get. Nti no, I need to improve or increase my yield to get more beans. Nti no, whatever we will do for the cocoa beans to grow, to give us more yield, we will do it to get the yield that we want. Because after all, our cocoa is touted the best among the beans in the world. And you know, we shouldn't let it go down. And then stop playing the politics with it. Let us go forward and then make sure, say, our cocoa sector will remain the way it's supposed to be. Because we need to take that mantle again as a number one exporter of cocoa. We need to. We can't let it be within Brazil and then Cote d'Ivoire, where we always smuggle our cocoa just to go and make money, and then they will take up the leadership. No. Intino, I say to me, in China recently, we are not making one more statistics. You don't know they are growing cocoa in their country. China is growing cocoa.
Say some will grow. Yeah. Being where Fidie be crying, and one more they said they are more a dry system no
mechanism no more their account. Mechanizing the cocoa sector.
And you have them to go a pass on them.
But then process now use no. We cannot do away with it. So we shouldn't let any foreign interference be in that area. Because any my cocoa no your friend number one no. Into what China processing and I say cocoa trees or mediano. They deliberately grow cocoa and they can tell you they took our agronomists from here to China to go and help them do it. And they have almost about 1 trillion trees. So if they have that trees, what can they be that number one in the world? So are there no. Intino, yeah, cocoa no, ya kwa, they could say our ni ajiska no, bedi. Now we are not improving the sector. But I say to me making sure say Galamsey stops for cocoa to thrive. Intino yeah this idea. I'm telling you, in the next 5 years, cocoa farmers will be the millionaires in this country.
That's right.
Intino, they shouldn't give up. Nia akosono, anasa nia akosono. And yes, bia ebuapa yobina yedi yomo. But then it's for the best. And you be they say, usika edebe maono, esu atiaba form.
Yeah.
But the circumstances, send abano no. Untumi nkobobusia embe kan. And abana can say we nkobobusia embe to cocoa. Yeah, within our local sector, no, we can buy. So now, if I buy cocoa shares, then I know say I'll make good money.
Good money out of it.
So I dare know
because futuristic plans, no.
Yeah,
and they look good.
Yeah, you know, so move floaty shares now. Say, I want to mean your investment or farmland now. You can put your money in the bonds, in the bonds and those places, and you make the money that you're supposed to make.
All right, General Secretary of the Food and Beverages Association of Ghana, Samuel Agri, and Nane, no Edin Command, Obi no amene so, Ede Amaye. It is a Obikase and Noama Bo Abba Forma Enogre.
Abba for marginally. Esan say, one say, Bibi of course will be and take it time. As Abba from na Nina Ejina, the retail end. Efano, your friend is saying, importers no. And now more wholesale business, and a distribution, or more price. Maybe I want to above from par. We share a best starting still the year stable. Kakra in the month of February last year, up to March. In terms now, the Food and Beverage Association sector, importers in Bibri, it reduced by 7%. Not when the city was appreciating. When it was stable. Almost reduced to 7%. Then came the appreciation of the city. In Tiabaya, I do 11 cities. When you do an import calculation now, it gives you the cost, how much you're supposed to sell. It went down further but that same margin. So I there no. Inti when you pass on that your friend is saying cost no to the retailer, sometimes that is where the challenge is. Inti no ebia ne betumi aye ne say ye beba radio so. Niama consumers say who say ade we say na say ton nti wo kona ne bo no ye say ya mento ko bibia obenya ne say ato nti ye de sa campaign ne kan ho a
because I'm out for age here.
Because it be share profit no over making unnecessary profits. Nti no enye obi an yes ade but there are some that are still making it difficult for the consumer to benefit from. Nti no say ye be ya sa campaign am say ye be suggest.
Okay.
Na fi ya hwe se na betumi aye se na be ya ye be hu se na ma bo no.
Na issue here is see here wo
but me bow before answer our question won say me can benchmark value CD no and I appreciate yama
benchmark value no
na yamfa ne say CD no ejina 16 CDs and I appreciate it and also amba form na ejina wa nka den ya tese report nka value no is still the same but see na CD nankasa
appreciate na automatic duty no above form.
But the problem at the duty end no is still there. The benchmark value, residential special levy, the friend network charges.
Network charges
yeah. Intino, sa benchmark value no, and no na problem ni na buy. Let us go back and revisit. It's not part of the duty, but they introduce it as an imposition because government needs money. But see no, abano
benchmark value for certain products.
For certain products, but those are the products that we consume.
You consume more.
So then, intino, make catch say you free one say yetiso even 30%. Within a month, you can see the products coming down. Prices would drop drastically. Intino say a share hono na to me home bibi. Yes, and say anya hono the nature say all the reductions no. Appreciation of the CD and the friends saying COVID tax in the manner if you want, it will not come to really give us an inflow, an overflow of price reduction.
I tell for my main Ramos, so let me be some quick one. Say tracks here, Mokochi here, and I'm say oil. Yeah, they be free land bonnet, one more the tabernacle, and a Behamana.
How be out?
Oza,
de pana abana yen. Na yabona baso.
Okay.
Says Siano, yaka say no export through another transit goods and transit goods no. And only say Nema ye kase ye de call Cote d'Ivoire. They call Cote d'Ivoire. Ye de call
Niger.
Burkina. Ye de call
Burkina.
Nebedu Kumasini yegu, ebedu Tamale ni yegu, and ebedu Cambrebini yegu.
Because once a transit goods no won't your duty.
Untia. Inti is supposed to go through. But nenti omodiko fa lomenu. Far cheaper. So we must look at our import regime. Duties now and a transit, your friend saying mechanism.
Goods in transit, yeah.
Like some containers omuhuye. Then they put the proper tracking on them. You cannot put your friends in transit goods in an open cargo. And say, they call Burkina. Now the tapoli. What is the essence of that? So when it gets to anywhere in the night, I will offload it. It will be a lucrative business for some people. Until you say no transit go and no just say oh craniama at their bar a year that smaller quantities in the Sanyama no to me famba. You can still bring it. But no that transit as no. Ya nema ya bobosi to me and find your transit bill. Oh bar will be pay the full duty and clear it. That is how it's supposed to be.
They say, Sana, it's all your order bar, you pay.
So I don't know. Intino, ubetuya, that would discourage you from bringing it through those areas because with the Fatima are the same. In a way, no, so no, a bit about the local sector who are producing the oil. So I don't know.
Yeah.
Intino, and no nebema or more, because some position of the high duty, no, will not change. It will be something that will live with us for a very long time.
Okay.
Intino, and no honor more. Yankees a bank my value no be to me a year no free honor never boa
better I say but me question for na many calls kakra and then come yedi ya share the business community said they are normal call share the exchange rate on my penny presidential dialogue on no more a year yedi hon komo a 0302257902 0302257902 and 0302243540 0302243540 Bebacho yanko amajo
Good evening, Honorable Major.
Yes, I too yanko.
Pacho, you're from a brighter, because I'm free Abuso kind. Mammy Pacunya Wisu, Namembo Papa Nabasu Papa, watch it in your Mai Ama in Nayasias. Yamin Shrano, Nanyami, and Kawuson, and Age Mapa, we are the boy my Ghana. Mammy Honorable Chama Bendo, and the original Chama Honorable Ashimo. Onim ampa abanye de wabono modern say nyama ebetimi aba fom e di amagana fo na wo hweye ijadifo na ye ton ade e wo market no e na ye mpese ye betiti nyama bisu e di aboa do se nyama bi mu wo hono ma ya titi so ti se ye ya ton ade e wo abuso kan sei me hu se abuso kan fo attitude on Yamaso, I was so kind. Because center engine now you turn maybe now you turn 23,000 and then could be said any boa 35,000 any 40,000 near there. And the best you know I was so kind for that is the baby or no man I buy no a year free duty to our port. And you almost to me what now,
okay.
And for my drivers, then I'm for a babu so kind. Ever to idea.
All right. May I say, I may find the honor so dear. Majo.
Area Masum live from Cantamanto Market, Accra, Ghana. Magari, Yamin Papa, Panuet Mapa, Obano Pa, Pero, who does it in Yango Pomo one day? And the punch of me, Papa, no studio. Every single money too. You organize our Abanga and national chairman idea will be in a PC Boatia Jacoa. Pacho, we need a Bacasako, I was so campo and determined. I'm on the person net, I'm on the resort killer. The Pacho, like the buying the 20% and like the Abandia to Toso. Almost in more port. I buying present Mamma, I am buying. I have to post on Yasin Kuma and don't the test on net. I want the test on China. What up there?
Now, what the Alki can tax a banner, a banner the Atuso away.
Oh, my Jerry. No, be aware, Cadilla.
Jaisa, a buying for taxi beyond to be so a portal.
Oh,
what
am I meant to
Mr. Meda say? I am on cancer, many dear. And what may show him in himself be correct. I buy the taxi banner, but your farm going on the one city quarter so. Now, port or the taxi banner or the what? But you hey.
Papa, I want with honey wakasa. And of course, I'm say, yeah, yeah, Cassandra, better a babuama, Yama Yay. Nasu, a buying no dear, were born in home or day. Why, yen your baby be here. No, but I make a what I did. Asana and entity be free a buy so no. Nancy meeting. They need to go to go. 100.
Okay, yeah, that's it. I'm saying, one woman over from the door. Mamma fat the audio on Pachona, young name. Majo, you too, uncle.
Good evening.
Yet you.
Yo, I didn't done it. I don't know if can come with you. One more money, I will be as one of you, and then they can come with you. And the vampire man is a true national chairman, Bombaman. And I can throw also for you for Canada and one. Which my man, I got up here and I just only why yes, man, crazy. You, Margaret, and tell me a Kakoyana, and your man, but formula, and never tell Margaret. Oh, my God, I said.
Yo, yate, yada say. Mame fa last one there, uncle. Meba cho majo.
Major, so, I.
Yetio, Nana, what to say?
Uncle Padaroma. Incoming communication officer.
O constituency no kwa dey mpo.
Anya so too. Me call New Kama West.
Anya so too.
Yeah. Mami more about in fact, oh boy, my papa, na ko push papa. Na MPP ni Sangbo na on.
Sangbo ni ha.
Ni an voice ni that. Mike, mami chia you right on board. I think I see it. Inka mi chama. Yepe. Abrante mono yempa kwa bia and kwa mo ntra se ko power no ba no mo di post. Ye right on board ya de ne ba for 2 months. Na me mami ha wa kumsen. Na that in propose with the champion. Mike, so be about so kind, not or say about so kind, or matter 10 years so I know. Mike, O crab near my bar, and I'll be who say and near my crab. At the member, about so kind. Yeah, it was a start. And near my crab, almost because near more crabs now almost near man. I'm the year almost near my so. Because I know Mike, over to other than that, or not say. Because I'm calling them crab for more. I'm on the table. I'm going to turn them out table. I'm calling them crab one so. I'm going to start the table. If you are German, one was the media and the Becca, they are sitting near my swab or so. I'm going to turn them out table. So I'm going to cry near my mouth. Into a moment with me. And near my fire day, Mike. And never fire. Mike, who means that you do so as here. And no one now like a group. And right at that life, my dear, now, Mike, auto light, you need auto light to take on, and to be taking to this.
Okay, Meda Sena now. Nana man found here. Yami ado be say shia. Obi bia ofre bia meda se. Sami,
yo.
Last comment, then I catch a Ghana for.
Me fa aboso kan dia. Yakasa aboso kan. Nyama no montete so. But in a large way, no, or matiti nyamaso. Or more share than tis to say, Obekona as what, but unim value with the city value, no. Okwa, I did an anchor 200,000 and now 220 with the city value, no, above form. But the problem is that when we say Yama in Crofobinimu, Yama grade 2 or more from, or more 4%. Edeko flat rate 20%.
Flat rate, you know, yeah.
Na sa 20%, no. Ye won krofo bi omutua sa 20%. Ene bi so omode no. Say GRA. Cheche mu ye. Because what we can near deba. Now show your friends and we invoice value. It's way beyond sa 730,000.
Your threshold be as I follow within now.
Intino you fall beyond that. Intino say we continue banner say 600,000 you don't fall within that. And the uchi of that now we but sisiano sa input output ebeboa bebre na so mutumi embrace. But the only problem is that me consumer no me kwa koto ade na about 160,000. What is 20% in the account? I'm almost around 200,000.
Yeah.
Then it makes it more expensive. And no now more can say yenhwe ni anyway but invariably no man can say it will not affect your business.
And it is a tax, no?
But
VAT, no?
Yeah, VAT, no. So I don't know. But in terms of city value, never number form.
And
I make us a benchmark value now, you the buy, no. And no, ne mass, and your money in our cost. Yet is super. I then I cost 16,000. No, it will come down to around, friends saying below even 12,000. Now, if you would the VAT in the can you would then hover around 160,000. Oh, now they're not about for Mankasa. Intino, we should look at that area. Benchmark value, no. Interboso kind for no. Someone need GRA focus. This is the encouragement that I will give all of us to come together and fight that benchmark value.
Okay.
Someone to Sumaya, Nemabo,
Ebeba form. All right.
Now ECG for no so ya pamocho. Sisiano, to say cratch in the Kayano. Auto light. Me to every week be a
4 days 1 million for na atutu more. Until be a increment, no.
No increment, no. Then I make me can say calculations no more yeah. If you do your own calculation, it's beyond 15%. So what is the 9.8%? They are just deceiving us because me first me to 1 million and me call a whole week maybe 10 days. This year no 4 days 5 days now, son.
Who increase your gadgets?
Gadgets no the same. A fridge crapo there. Me brother me nene wo fie no. Ye bo 8:30
No odum no.
okodum no so odum na no pa 7 no waso nti no your consumption and say bafo but rather it's gone up so I really don't understand. We need to do something.
We are looking at the president. Who's the president in the boss? Yeah, say trade minister so kind. Yeah, say
no idea the nyane say electricity consumption. Nti omo money because it's here no. Nkofo eye hairdressing, nkofo eye use machine the small scale your friends and processing way. Ewo obia in to me.
Someone agree. And you may that's so better. I mean shop papa. Food and Beverages Association of Ghana FABAC. When General Secretary your friend is Samuel Agri on an Obaya Yedin Bon Committee one said you more said the normal echo. Especially we share the business community Ghana ye can say diem and when you go so ye can once a year propagate say beti maboa na ye de neti maboa mine. Bidding at the OSEI AGYEMAN. Media said that at the Bema Julie or Bomachi Chidom. Media said that so the ama ye DJ Bosco. Ono so baby take you over. Dr. Faradis na be that say and me general manager Kennedy Asante say Esquire. Nyame ya do mo chena 5:30 be hia e wo Ghana montie so. Nyame